use it to irrigate crops in the summer. So the winter, you've got all this wonderful rain, but too much to even grow anything. When the growing season starts, it dries out completely, and you're going to need the water that you stored. Okay? So when we get to Sukkot, the harvest holiday, we're not just saying, thank you, God, for this harvest. We're saying, please, God, let this harvest sustain us all the way until next May, because we're not getting anything else in. Once we've harvested at Sukkot, the harvest is done. The land is fallow during the rainy season. So what you bring in at Sukkot has to last you a long time, and it has to last you through hard times. So now that I've given you that, you have a little better idea of why people were so incredibly grateful when it came to Sukkot, and you saw that it had been a good harvest. Yay, we're going to live. We're going to have enough to sustain us through the dry, not the dry times, but the no food times until we plant at Passover, and the first harvest is reaped at that other misunderstood holiday, Shavuot. That's we bring in the first things we've gotten to eat since Sukkot. So it's going to be the end of May before we have any food after next week, as it were, coming in. So thinking about this, so you have this here, we change the reading. In the winter we say, God, you're the one who brings back the wind and the rain, because it was away all summer. In the summer, you're not allowed to pray for something that can't happen. So to pray for rain in the summer would be unfair. It's called a bracha levatala, an ineffective blessing. So instead, we just say thank you for causing the dew, because that's about all the moisture you get, is just you get some dew sometimes falling on the land. So we have this change, and the change is coming up next week. We're going to go from the summer one to the winter one. So with that in mind, I thought, you and I do not worry about the seasonal harvest. Okay, so it's hard to get nectarines in the winter or the summer, I mean, whichever one, but some things are seasonal, but these days you can even get, everything okay? AAA guy is here.
I have a flight.
I understand, go. Okay. So, okay, what's happening? Okay, so we don't harvest. What do we do? We go about our jobs, our incomes come in on whatever amounts to a regular basis. Food is in the supermarket, and even if it's not the season for fresh vegetables, they're certainly canned and frozen and all kinds of other options. So it's one of the reasons that I think that Sukkot is so difficult for us, because it does not relate to our lives. So I went to the other name of Sukkot. It's called Zman Simchatenu, the time of our happiness, the time of our rejoicing. Now, the rejoicing came out of how the harvest was good and all that, but it's called the time of our rejoicing. And I thought we'd try a little something, because what we do at Sukkot, if we're in the farm environment, is we store up all the produce to have it ready for when the hard times hit. So for you and me, we don't, for the most part, have these physical hard times of, oh my God, there's no food in the house. But each of us goes through difficult times. Each of us has times when it seems empty, whatever it is, whether it's our life or a relationship or just day to day or something we're working on or whatever it is, and it seems that we come up empty. And where do we turn when we find ourselves starting to come up empty? Wouldn't it be cool if we had the storehouse like our ancestors used to have and say, oh, good, I know where to go. So what I thought we would do tonight, and it's not for you to turn in, it's not for you to show to anyone you don't want to show to. I have cards and I have pens, so it's not a test. I'd like you to take a couple of minutes and write down the joys of the past year. It's just a list for you. It's not for anyone else. What have been the joys of the past year? Okay? So you start thinking, whether you write down 1 or 50. If you need more cards, I'd be more than happy to give them to you. So take a couple. There you go. For you. These may be new pens. You may need to encourage them to start. Welcome. Share some here. Go. And take a little time. Doesn't have to be 30 seconds. Take a little time and think of the joys of the past year, something that would be good to remember when things start to feel dark. Okay? Okay. If you want, you come take a couple cards. I ask people to write down things that were joyful in the past year. Here you go. Take a couple. Take a pen. You want to write something also? I'll give you some cards. Everything that was good in the past year. Okay, grab a pen there. No, you could write a bunch on. No, okay. I mean, like I got this many, so it's like, you know, grab a pen if you want, and sit and do that. And so I suggest you take this home and make this an exercise. And then you need to put this in your sukkah. And I don't necessarily mean a booth that you put outside your house for a week, although you can do that too. But put this somewhere. Put this in your storehouse for the winter. Put it somewhere. When you think of another joy, add it to the list. And when you need it, go pull it out and look at it. I think if we focus on it being Zman Simchatenu, the time of our joys, the time of our happiness, that maybe this holiday will make more sense for us. That we can start understanding that there are difficult times. We always knew that. But sometimes when a difficult time starts, it overwhelms everything. And even if it's only a little difficulty, it can overwhelm all the goodness we have in our lives. And I think that maybe having a little repository of good might help us through the times that seem empty in the days ahead. So a little something for Sukkot, and I hope it makes it a Chag Sameach, a really happy holiday for everyone. As I said, feel free to make it an ongoing thing. All fixed? All right. Good. You're very lucky. You're very lucky because you could have waited till the morning minyan for. So yeah, that happens sometimes. So please turn to page 586 and again rise if you're able. עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמענו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. 588. שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר ארץ ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל ושכינת עוזו בגובהי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד. אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום, והשיבותה אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים, בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת, אין עוד. Page 590. Let all who dwell on earth acknowledge that unto you every knee must bend, and every tongue swear loyalty. Before you, Adonai, our God, let them pay homage. Let them give glory to your honored name. Let all accept the yoke of your reign, that you may rule over us soon and forever. For sovereignty is yours, and to all eternity you will reign in glory. As it is written in your Torah, Adonai will reign forever and ever. V'nemar v'haya Adonai למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. I don't have an announcement sheet. I do. May I? Thank you. Thank you. I know that this Sunday morning we need some volunteers to help build the sukkah. 8:30 in the morning, and then 6:30 in the evening is the Sukkot service to welcome the start of Sukkot. Come take some time during the week in our sukkah. Come have a meal, hang out, read the paper, or whatever you want to do. Take advantage of the sukkah being here. It's a good thing. And then finally, on a week from Sunday, we have Yizkor, which is not listed on here, at 4:30 in the afternoon, and then 6:30 is Rak Simchat Torah. And that should be our last big blowout celebration of the high holidays. And then we move on from there. I do want to point out that in the middle of November, we have a couple of really interesting things. On November 15th, we are closing down here on Friday night and going to Temple Shalom in Aberdeen. And we are doing, we're going to be part of their service, and they're doing a big thing that evening. Then the following week, they are coming here. And that is our next Rock Shabbat with Sheldon Lowe as our guest artist. So they're going to come here. They're closing down there, and everyone's coming here on Friday night. So just a nice little bit of community building, and I hope you'll be part of all of that. Also, if you haven't received notice, Nifty's Regional Kala is going to be here in Jersey in a couple of weeks, and they need some people who can put up teenagers in their home. The teenagers require floor space and a bathroom. They do not require bedding or anything fancy like that. Access to a shower would be an added plus, but that's basically it. So anyone who feels that you can offer to have 2 or 3 people come sleep on your floor for a weekend, let me know, let the office know. If you know Shifra, please speak to her directly. They would very much appreciate your volunteering. The kids are just going to come back to your house late at night, collapse, go to the program in the morning, spend all day, come back at your house and collapse again, and leave the next morning. So it's not a lot of stuff. I believe even all the meals are taken care of. I don't think you even need to feed them except late night snacks. So, which can be sizable, but okay. So if you're able to, please let us know. Okay. All of the High Holiday sermons are just about done being put on the web. We're making a couple little tweaks on the graphics and things like that, but they are actually all up. If there are any that you want to listen to or share with anybody on the TRT website, you go under Worship and High Holidays, and you can see all the High Holiday sermons in their recorded form. Several people have asked me for written copies. They don't exist. So it's not the way I preach. So if you would like to listen to any of them, they are all there. I said to someone before, I had a bit of serendipity happen. Late in the evening at the end of Yom Kippur, I got an email from a friend of ours who is a very active member of United Synagogue of Hoboken, conservative synagogue, where Eitan teaches, actually. Really lovely congregation. And she was sitting there on Yom Kippur morning, and the rabbi introduced the Isaiah Haftarah, the one I talked about, is this the fast I asked for? And he said that this passage has been interpreted for thousands of years. Nobody has done it better or worse, depending on your perspective, than Rabbi Don Weber of Marlborough. He proceeded to go on and tell them all about making sandwiches. Now, what Samantha and I figured out is that he talked about that at virtually the identical moment that I was again making sandwiches. He was talking about the time I did it in 1988, which has been written up in a book. But he actually was doing that while I was making the sandwich in front of everybody. That was, first of all, an incredible honor, but like amazing bit of serendipity of all the times for him to think of it and me to decide we're going to do it that way. So it was very neat and very cool. And yes. I would have, except I didn't think it was fair to the children. So actually, I offered it to Charlie and Justin. So I said, look, I made a good sandwich. I mean, it's a good sandwich. So no, trust me. I mean, and that wasn't, somebody said, get it from ShopRite. It's like, you're not eating it. I said, no, we're doing it the right way. It was Fred and Murray's all the way. So they both, what? You got to do it. There's only one way to do it. So yeah, it did not go to waste, but I figured some kid was going to come up and eat it. And figured that wasn't a good idea. Also, leaving it there without explaining it is problematic. Welcome to Temple Rodeph Torah, where we stick a sandwich in front of you on Yom Kippur just because we're horrible humans. That's all. So, that was neat, though. So they are available. And again, your comments always and critique are genuinely appreciated. We turn to page 598. And we think of loved ones who have died, people for whom Kaddish occurs this week for one reason or another. If you are here to say Kaddish for any loved one, I ask you please to rise now and say their names aloud. Louis Weber. Hamakom Yenachem Etchem im Sha'ar Avlei Tzion v'Yerushalayim. May God console you among the mourners of Zion and Jerusalem. Please rise. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon uv'yomechon, uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach la'alam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yit hadar, v'yit aleh, v'yit halal shmei d'kudsha b'reichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma, v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shmaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel and to all the world, to which we say, amen. Turning back to 122 and 123. And there was evening and there was morning the sixth day. The heaven and the earth were finished in all their array. On the seventh day, God finished the work that God had been doing, and God ceased on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, b'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lemaaseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila lemikra'ei kodesh, zecher litziat Mitzrayim, kivanu v'acharta v'yotanu kidashta mikol hamim, v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat l'chaim. And once again, could I ask someone please to lift the bread thingy for me, because I can't. Thank you. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Now, do we have a couple people who would like some candy? Anyone? Yes? Pick something good. You can like root around in it if you want to get what's underneath. See, there's good stuff underneath there, right? There you go. Starburst? Starburst and licorice? You're good. You get two.
My brother was there.
Yeah, but you're not getting it for your brother, and you know that. right? He's not here, so he loses out. There you go. That's the way life is cruel. That's the way it is. On this evening, most of you know, I'm not a heat person. I call myself a reverse hibernator. Above 85, I go into hibernation, and I don't come out till it goes below that. So we walked out at the end of Yom Kippur, or last night from class, and people said, "Oh, it's so cold," and I was like, "Yes." So to me, this is a beautiful time of year. The humidity goes away. The stars start to shine with an intensity. The fall moon, which again isn't going through all those layers of moisture, comes with a brightness that's just incredible. If you look outside, you're going to see that the moon is nearly full. It will be full 2 nights from now as we start Sukkot. So it just seemed like a beautiful time to say thank you. So we're going to sing Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. What a beautiful day this is, a day filled with Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. So just so you know, it is appropriate to say Shana Tova until the end of Simchat Torah. So I wish you Shabbat Shalom and Shana Tova. Okay, go that way. And who needs service slips? Are you in school? Uh-huh. You do. What grade are you in? Second grade, so you have to have at least 2 for the whole year. Okay, and if you have more, that's cool. So you get one every time you come on a Shabbat, okay? Yeah, absolutely. Right. So I'm going to go get them for you.